You guys are touring with Shinedown.
It really starts with Nick. That guy really improved us. He's such a great drummer, and it's like playing with an army behind you. It's really, you know what I mean?
It's Abe Cannon. It's an Audacy check-in. Gavin Rosdale from Bush. Loving the new song, Land of Milk and Honey, new album, I Beat Loneliness, coming out July 18th. You guys are 2 for 2, Gavin, on the new album. 60 Ways to Forget People, Land of Milk and Honey, both awesome songs.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, we start as we need to go on, you know. I think it's, I intentionally kept the record short so that there's 12 songs, and so that, but, you know, people aren't tailing off by the 14th song. You know what I mean? I don't want to get these really long records if people do 22 song albums. I don't want to hear anyone 22 songs. Yeah, so it's really concise. And so I hope that feeling spreads across the whole record.
You know, you make a great point, because I remember when you're a kid, you're listening, you're like, man, 17, like you can't, it's hard to get into 17 songs. No, you'll always forget the last 4. So somewhere in there, you fall off.
Yeah. It's no good. It's no good. I've done it myself, where I get seduced into thinking that we're so good, I just got to include that song. We're so good, we just got to include that song. Don't shortchange people like that, but really, it's cool, but I honestly think that short records are super classic.
And for the rest of the album, what can we expect on the album? Are the other 10 songs as good as these 2, or you just put out the 2 and you're like, the rest is garbage?
Oh, hell no. No, the rest of the album's better. You know, the rest of the album's better. And every song can't be kind of the dry pile driving Land of Milk and Honey. But it just got a range. And what's weird about it is it just sits organically together. It really makes sense from the opening song, which is called Scars. Have you heard the record?
I only have Milk and Honey and 60 Ways to Forget People.
So the record opens with a song called Scars. And it's got this really cool, tripped out 808. And it's this whole sort of self-examination opening thing, and then when the record ends, it ends with a song that's really plaintive and soft, and it's got this lone voice. It's called Rebel with a Cause, and so it's meant to represent everybody, you know, who sort of finds a way to just get through this these crazy times that we're in, and people have the courage to get through when times are really hard and you feel like every day is a struggle, and worse, you feel like everyone else has it way easier. There's a real common misconception, I feel, that people look at social media, people read the sort of pages where they want to be, and they have a lot of fear of that their own lives are passing them by and they're not getting themselves together. When most of the time they're really carefully orchestrated images, not really what reality is. So it's really cool to have a record that definitely like speaks to people and not expecting you to meet me on your yacht, you know?
Exactly.
It's a little bit like it's a struggle, right?
That's cool that it's an actual album that you're saying we should listen to the whole album, because like now bands are putting out a single and they're not even putting out albums anymore. Like the new album from The Cure that came out, you listen
4
to the
songs.
whole straight through, and it's an album you want to hear from the beginning to the end. So it's pretty cool that you actually thought about making it a complete piece of work as opposed to just a couple singles.
Well, yeah, especially if you're looking to tour it, and if you're looking to big ambitions, to have these really big shows, and you have the kind of section of the traditional songs, you have the newer songs, the heavier songs, and then here we have, you know, there's a couple of there's some real storming songs. Maybe there's like 6 or 7 that are like really in your face and kind of like uplifting. No, not that, more than that, actually, because there's like 2, maximum 4 that kind of more tricked out. And then you've got 8 that are kind of driving big rock songs, try and do them in an imaginative way, you know, like there's a lot of great bands doing really imaginative stuff. And you just got to follow on with that, you know, like it's our duty, you know, rock will never die, but, you know, it'll get more attention the better the records are, you know, so that's how I feel about it.
This is your 10th album. Did you think you would make it to 10 albums? Because most rock bands don't make it close to 10 albums.
No, no, and that's another great thing, that there's a certain sense of just like continuing on and keeping it very, very connected to reality and connected to the ground. And so that's how we've been able to make all those records, I think, and tour and not fall apart, you know?
I remember the first time I heard Everything Zen 31 years ago, that album came out, 16 Stone, and the Bush sound. Like, you guys have a sound that's the Bush sound, right? How did you find your sound? Because I'm imagining when you came up, you had influences, right? And you didn't sound like Bush before that first album came out, right?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it was that, you know, for me, I had a lot of trouble back in England getting signed in my bands. I mean, I was in Bush a couple of years before before I got signed, and it's crazy because I think the main reason they gave was this was because of my voice, right? Yeah, it was not good enough singing. You know, I was learning, I was young, you know, and so then what's wild is that as soon as my voice clicked into maybe what it has become now, the very thing that held me back was the exact thing that gives me this life. And so it's ironic, you know.
Yeah. Do you think that it's because you're such a good looking dude that they didn't want to help you out? Because I feel like being a good looking dude, right? I feel like once Bush hit, obviously it's great that you're a good looking dude, but I feel like coming up when you're trying to open for bands, you want some ugly dude to help. You know what I'm saying? Like, being such a good looking dude, it couldn't have helped you in the beginning, right? I'm sure. I mean, later on it helps, of
Well, I
course,
mean,
but
yeah, I
starting
mean,
out.
well, I don't know what it was. Then you can put that on the list, but that along with my voice and my face.
When you have so many, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, no, I'm saying it worked out in the end. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, of course, yeah, it's much better to look the way you do than a
no,
different
it's
situation.
why not?
And you found your voice too. So
Yeah,
when you have so many hits, like, if you would have stopped after 16 Stone, you could have toured the rest of your life playing, Everything Zen, Glycerine, Come Down, Little Things, Machine Gun, every night. There's bands who have one hit and they tour for 40 years off that one hit. You guys have so many hits. How do you put together the set list? Especially, there's so many songs your audience wants to hear, right?
we have a sort of basic skeletal set that we feel we have to honor. You know,
Yeah.
don't throw the baby out of the bathwater, and don't and always dance with the one that brought you. You know, the one
Yeah.
dance with the one you came with, right? So, but yet within that set, you have an opportunity for not like four new songs, but one of four or five that you have for that slot. So we just have these kind of like options, and we're really ambitious now, and so we're planning to rehearse before the next tour, and have many more songs ready. Because I was feeling that we need to. Have more songs, the deep cuts.
So over 30 years of Bush, is there a story that you have that you've never told anyone? Is there something in your head, some amazing story, like you met, I don't know, you were hanging out with Tony Iommi or something, or you were something, is there a story that you have that you've never told anyone?
Well, clearly a few, but that would include you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is there one that you can?
There's no
That you
reason
can
why
tell?
you'd be in a new club. You go right. We just met. You'd be in the same club as anyone else, my friend. But
Exactly.
I think I tell you one time when we were backstage, and my then drummer at the time, Tom Waits, came backstage. It was really fun to see him, and yeah, I'm a big fan of his, and so I got the chance to sit down with him for a while. And he said, my son wants to come in because he wants to meet your drummer. He's a drummer. And my drummer was like, oh, brilliant, come in, mate. What what kind of bands? You like, sort of Green Day and stuff. He goes, no, I like Hole. He loved Hole.
He loves Hole.
He
Courtney
loves
loves
Hole.
bit.
He loves Sonic Youth. So he liked all the cool bands like
Oh,
that.
that's awesome.
So there's a story I hadn't bothered to tell anyone, but I told you. So the same criteria.
We have to talk about your cooking show because it's so great, and you're such a great chef. Like even today, you put up like this like cauliflower thing that looks so
Ah,
like
it's so good.
you need to open up a restaurant. Have you considered opening a restaurant?
No, but let me tell you, that cauliflower dish is unbelievable.
What is it?
It's really, really simple. It's so simple. Best cooking is really simple because I was looking at cauliflower the other day. I was thinking, how am I going to make that? I've roasted them. I've done them with all different sauces. Gremolates is really tangy, vinaigrettes, stuff with cheese, all that kind of stuff. But it's the boring. So then I tasted it. I was like, oh, it tastes really good. So I just cooked it in like half milk, half cream, salt. It's a good start. A couple
Yeah.
of cloves of garlic, 2 cloves of garlic, whole head of cauliflower. Cook it till it's soft. Then take out the florets, put it in the blender, and use just enough liquid so that it just is used. You don't use all the liquid, but you use a bit of it,
Yeah.
and mix it until you like the whip. People think you're a genius,
And
and
then
like, and
it
that's
sounds
it.
kind of healthy too.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, it is cooked in butter, and it's healthy-ish, but it's cooked in milk mainly with a touch of cream. Like if you want to go more healthy, but you need the cream to give that luxury thing, and then you finish it. But it's sensation.
I feel like your TV show is based on like dates that you've had because like the Serena Williams one, like you're just sitting there, you cook her a meal, she comes to your beautiful house, you pull out the acoustic guitar. Like this is like the perfect night that you put together, and now it's a TV show.
Thank you. Yeah, I just still can't believe that I got someone as great as Serena or as great as any of the other guests to do it because coordinating those kind of people's schedules, and when I say those kind of people, I mean successful, busy, was like that. Just there should be some kind of an award for getting that together.
Yeah, it did. The show's called
No,
Dinner with Gavin
easy.
Ross. It's called
Yeah.
Dinner with Gavin Russell. Have you considered as a prize to your beautiful fans to have like 4 fans come over and you cook for them? Like that would be the greatest prize you could give any of your fans.
Yeah. Um,
Hey, we could do it if you want to set that up. It's just an idea I came up with.
yeah. I think it might be. I do like those quirky, fun fan things. I heard those things at Taylor Swift going to a fan's house and just showing up and playing a couple of songs. Like
Yeah,
that's kind of pretty rad. That guy, I love that sort of stuff.
that's what the All American Rejects are doing right now. They're going on a tour. They're doing a house party tour. They're just showing up at people's yards and they just start playing. They did a graduation party. They did a bowling alley. They're just showing up in random fields and
Who's
just
that?
playing.
Who's that?
They're doing that right now.
What band?
All American Rejects.
Okay, nice. Great.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So okay, so you guys are touring with Shinedown. That's a great bill. You guys in Shinedown. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, right? Back to back.
It's pretty exciting. Those guys we spoke about it for some time and it never came together. And now it's pretty exciting how it's come together. And I had a really funny day with Brent doing the promo for it. And yeah, they're really great guys. And they're a really great band. They have a lot of hits. They're sort of built for radio band.
Yeah.
They know the architecture of radio, and so I think that's going to be really compelling. And it just gives people a really fantastic night. You know what I mean? That's the idea. I love the idea of just people having the most beautiful experience. Morgan Wade is very cool, and just sort of having the whole evening of songwriters, performers, everyone giving what they got. We don't have pyro stuff, but like they're really so generous because normally, he's want us to use everything. He's got like mad stage design, stuff like that. So they're allowing, the band's allowing us to have full run of the stage, which by the way, a lot of people wouldn't, I think. I don't know. I mean, I would think,
No, they don't. No. Like
just,
to let you guys play before them, they have a lot of confidence in themselves because you guys will blow people off the stage.
Yeah. We're a very powerful band. They blow me away. It really starts with Nick. That guy really improved us. He's such a great drummer, and it's like playing with an army behind you. It's really, I mean, all the best bands have the best drummers. Rock bands can't very few rock bands. There's a couple, but not many have made it have made it massive without having a massively great drummer. Generally, all the top bands have top drummers. So
That's the foundation of everything, right?
yeah, it's the undeniable truth about it because it brings the emphasis, and I'm so proud to play with Nick. This guy plays every night like his life depends on it, and like that's just how we roll. I think the same with Shinedown. They give everything they have to be in that band and to create that band, and it's an interesting lesson. I learned a lot from hanging around with them actually, because I probably spend more time thinking about other things. They're really on it, knowing what's going on, very hands on. There are times when I don't drift, I stay in my lane, but these guys, they seem to be really in control of everything they do. And they know the truckers, the lighting company, they know all things like that. Whereas don't ask me, I know we kind of switch here and there, generally the same people, but it's not my lane, But these guys are very, very thorough. And that's inspiring, because it takes that dedication to all those details to make things happen. That's why they're so successful.
And they have a great drummer too, Barry, who, by the way, has have you tried his hot sauce as a food guy?
have. I cooked with it. Yeah, that's actually delicious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good.
Part of the promo I made them chicken tacos. Part of the promo that we did.
Oh, that's awesome.
I showed up, they were like, hey, cook these. And it was very sweet because the girl who was the culinary help had already cooked a couple of chicken breasts that looked really sad and lonely and cold, congealed, but they're just trying to do me a favor. I was like, who can I cook? Because, we can stop while you cook the chicken if you want. I said, oh no, I'm all good. I can like chat and cook. I don't sweat it. I believe that cooking is to be enjoyed and indulged. And the worst thing that happens is it's slightly burnt, which isn't a bad flavor. It's not a bad flavor at all. So, I'm all about it. It was good fun. So I tried that hot sauce.
Is it hard for you to get into the routine when you're on a tour? Like just your daily, like, I feel like some people just stay in their hotel room and some people are out like hanging out in every city. Which side are you on?
I'm on the side of usually walking and discovering somewhere great to eat, but really I have to keep quiet. It's like I do 2 shows a day because I do a meet and greet where I sing a couple of songs. So it just ruins my life and my day. It's just screwed by, I cannot use my voice. It's just, there's no point. Even if I just shut up, just zip it. Because that's the thing my voice wants the most. And literally all I'm doing is either shutting up or then warming up, and then warming up again before I sing, then shutting up, then warming up before I sing on stage. It's that's what it takes, I'm an athlete, and so I have to sort of have that recovery time and that focus, same way as everyone on tour. I used to see that when I was a kid. Pavarotti would be sort of like wrapped up, and the voice. So I can't go to loud restaurants. I can't go to bars.
Oh wow.
Well, if you think about it, anywhere where you go, you raise a voice. It's the same as shouting, so it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
As a singer, I'm annoying. Like I could only go out and eat on a terrace where there's no sound. You know what I mean? It's high maintenance, but
no, it makes sense because you're pushing it to the limit every night.
Every night. So it doesn't. People if you notice it when people go to shows the next day, they get like really hoarse. They can't speak. Well, I got to do the show again.
Yeah, and you're actually singing at the top of your lungs.
I'm actually singing.
So, you're not just yelling at the guy next to you to stop.
But I also there's a side of me that really this is an incredible time. I have an incredible record, I have an incredible band, and I have incredible shows lined up. I'm super lucky. So I do like to go and walk and find a great matcha, but it's all about focusing on the show. Because if I'm going to leave my kids and my dog, it better be worth it. And if I was to sort of waste energy somewhere else, by touring every museum for 2 hours a day, it would be good for my brain. But actually, it's a good thing. I should do that. I was thinking more stuff in Australia. So I think what would be counterproductive. That would be helpful. God
Yeah.
damn it, that'd be helpful. But you know, if I did something that you know, if I stayed out every night, partied every night, drank, yeah, like an idiot, and had
Yeah.
you know husky voice, showed up. It's okay. We're playing such and such a place. It's not a big town. Doesn't matter if I sound a bit shit. When it totally does, and it makes a mockery of doing the whole thing. So you keep it sort of honorable by dedicating yourself to just getting it right. I still have a great time, don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sloth-like in the day. Like I can sit and just play guitar for 3 hours and not say anything. And it's really good resting my voice, and I'm much better at guitar that night because my fingers are super played in.
I love the song Land of Milk and Honey. New album July 18th. I Beat Loneliness. You're doing the tour with Shinedown. Any other dates? Anything else you want to mention?
We have North America. Well, North America with Shinedown, of course. We can't looking forward to that, and then we go to Europe for like 10 weeks with Volbeat. So we go a massive tour in Europe, and then we have February is Japan and Australia is bubbling. So
Oh wow, man, that's awesome. So last thing, you have such awesome fans. What do you want to say directly to your fans?
that I want to. I'm so excited for them to hear this record because it's like sitting on the best secret that you just died to tell your bestie. You know, go like, and so some people talk about in a creative act that you don't. Rick Rubin, you know, who's obviously incredible. You don't think of your audience; you just do it for yourself. You know, and I don't know about that. As a songwriter of my own, in my own algorithm, I it's somehow it is in tandem. Like, of course, it has to please me in order to pursue the song or to build on it. You know, one idea has to get another idea, and I build it. And if I don't like it, I can't continue on. But at the same time, there's a great joy in knowing um, what people are going to get to hear. There's people that really inspire me without realizing it when they tell me that they say, please don't stop making music. Just randomly, like the last thing they'll say, please don't stop making music. Because sometimes you can say, man, have I done enough? Have I, you know, there's a lot of records, 9 records. What else is there? But it's just, I don't ever think that actually. I just think I want to make records. So I think of those people. That's why there's a song on the record called I'm Here to Save Your Life. People have told me that they played songs and they decided against suicide and the music really helped them. And I'd say, no, you helped yourself. It's like, yeah, you played this song that's beautiful, but take strength in yourself. So when I thought about those people, I thought was the most extreme thing to say to someone that you kind of want to connect to. And so I'm Here to Save Your Life is the song. And that's a beautiful thing. So I want people to know that I thought of them all the way, even if some people told me I shouldn't.
Well, Gavin, this was awesome. Thank you so much. And you're still making such amazing music. Why would you stop? You know, there's people who live in the past, and you guys always seem like you're moving forward, which is
Right.
important, I think, in life and in
Yeah,
any band.
yeah, because I'm terrified of the past because it haunts me and for different reasons. You know what I mean? So that's what depression is so often is, you know, the future, you know, regret or like how you could have done this differently, could have played this differently, approached this differently, said it in a different way. What you meant to say was, you know, all those things that you sometimes can run it through unless you're weird and have no self-reflection. And Alain de Botton, who's a really great psychologist in England, said, if you're not embarrassed by the person who you were last year, you're not doing any work on yourself.
That's true. Yeah, that's great. New song, Land of Milk and Honey. New album, I Beat Loneliness, July 18th. And this was awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All the best.